Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Canadian Football Central. CFL content for the fans, by the fans. However, for one of the first times in the history of this channel, Rick, it's not a CFL video. This is regarding... No, it's not a usual video that we cover. And we are talking about some youth sports. Now, recently, we've started doing a little bit of coverage of some youth sports. I hear a dog in the background, Rick.
I told you. I live on a dead-end street. There's a pathway that goes to the end, and everyone, Dick and Harry in their neighborhood, walks by my house with a dog.
Dick, Harry in their neighborhood.
And then everyone calls my dad mayor of our street name, and then he has to stop and talk to everyone.
Oh my! Lovely. But so this video right here on the Vanier Cup, which was won by the Montreal Carabins, as they defeated the Saskatchewan Huskies by a score of 30-16. Now, we had live streamed this game, did a live watch along, and this was this was the first U Sports game that we had streamed together. And then did you do the Mitchell and UTEC Bowl live, or were those rewatches, Rick?
I
think you did those live,
channel?
Yeah.
The ones on our channel were all live.
Yeah, and then except for the Hardy Bowl and the Yates Cup, because those were rewatches. Yep. Yeah, no, but yeah, this was the first one we did together. The other ones you had taken it on solo and did a great job. Good job, Rick. Props to you. There you go. Anyways, though, there was a lot to chat about with this game. Firstly, there was a lot of rouges in this game. I was reminded about some of and this is kind of stuff that I've heard about before, but I'd completely forgotten about, just because we've just started kind of tapping into some youth sports here. CFL will always be our main focus, but we want to do kind of appropriate videos here and there to cover Canadian football at its finest and the development of future CFLers. I'd forgotten about some of the rule changes. Like the rule differences, I should say, not even the rule changes, but regarding how they start at the 35 instead of the 40, about how if you run it out of your own end zone and get it out, then it goes to like the 20-yard line. I'd forgotten about kind of little quirks that U Sports had. So it was kind of an interesting game to see. So in terms of first downs, Montreal favored Saskatchewan 24-18, and there was a lot going into this game because I was about to go through stats, but then I realized there's kind of some important stuff to talk about. Now, hold on a second. Saskatchewan Huskies. Yeah, there was a lot of interesting plot lines kind of going into this game. So firstly, there's obviously kind of the fallout of the Grey Cup, where the Saskatchewan Roughriders had won their fifth franchise Grey Cup, and they did it against the Montreal Alouettes. So Saskatchewan-Montreal that week, Saskatchewan-Montreal this week. Now, keynote, this was Saskatoon, because that's where the Saskatchewan Huskies are based out of, as opposed to, say, the Regina Rams, but Saskatchewan-Montreal nonetheless. And so with that, there was obviously does Montreal kind of get revenge? Does Saskatchewan sweep Canadian football this year and have one hell of a year in Saskatchewan, which is by a lot of people is considered the mecca of kind of Canadian football? And so, but then on the other hand, there was a bit more meaning to this for Saskatchewan, as and I want to apologize if I do not say this name properly, just because, again, I've not actually heard it said. I'm just kind of reading here. They had Antoine Amonroud, who is their starting quarterback, who was recently diagnosed with, I believe, cancer, as I think that was what I had heard. So
yes, yeah, he was.
So I think they were playing for him, you know what I mean? And I saw in the game prior, leading up to this, they had gotten a touchdown. He put the double ones up because he was number 11. So just kind of a lovely tribute to him. And so they were playing for him. And so there was a lot. There was a lot of key things that kind of contributed to this game in the start. And so Saskatchewan was also going in with their backup, and not to speak ill will of their backup. I'm certainly not, but it's more of a challenge. And any team that goes in and you're starting with your backup quarterback as opposed to your starter, you're going to have a harder time. That's just basic logic. So Montreal had they had a lot of success in this game. They did very, very well. Saskatchewan was able to get some stuff going, although the pick on the first play of the game was certainly a rough start for Saskatchewan. I don't know. Like, how do you think about how this game started, Rick?
I mean, let's be real. Definitely did not expect the first play of the game being a rouge.
Yeah, he knew that Stuart Johnson was just like
definitely
kicking
was
in
not
his
on our
chair.
bingo cards.
Yeah. No, it's kind of interesting to see how both this and Grey Cup started with a rouge. Granted, to be fair, if this was CFL in 2026, only one of these rouges would have counted, not the one today, but the one in the Grey Cup, because it was a knee in the end zone. And so, but some of the kind of the standout things that we need to chat about here is, firstly, if we're looking at the Montreal side of things, Pepe Gonzalez, 27 for 33, 344 passing yards, with as long as being a 41-yard pass, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, it's pretty much perfect. You know what I mean? Now, one thing I'm curious about is he drafted, Gonzalez?
No, I think he's a junior, I think.
Yeah, he was a rookie this year. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Damn.
I was wrong.
So then he'd be like as a freshman?
Yeah.
Damn.
So
Well, because rookie can be
it's-
year 1 or year 2. So that's either freshman or sophomore.
Yeah, I don't know. No, because you can be 5 years in
Yeah.
youth sports. So a rookie, freshman, sophomore.
Interesting. He's a Mexican-Canadian
junior,
quarterback.
senior.
Wow. Holy crap. That's actually so cool. But so he had been kind of one of the star performances of the game, and I believe he would win. I can't remember what it was. It was the MVP or whatever the award is called. Apologies to anyone who's way deep into youth sports as fans. Me and Rick are kind of new to this sort of thing, so we're just kind of learning as we go along.
We're learning on the fly.
This is true. We are learning on the fly, but that's okay, because I think honestly, the end goal is get more. That's how I learned Canadian football. That's how I learned it to become a CFL fan, was kind of throw yourself in the water and figure out how to swim. So receiving wise, Simon LaRose had done pretty well. 9, as he had, was it 9 receptions? Yeah, I think it was. For 136 yards, with an average of about 15.1 yards, his longest being 29 yards, 1 touchdown for him. James Sinclair, got the ball a lot this game. He got 74 yards, and didn't get any touchdowns, but with as long as being an 18-yard pass. Dosso, I probably screwed it up both times. One of those two. Got a touchdown, and then Gorgon as well. Brandon Gorgon had gotten a touchdown for the Montreal Carabins. Now, another thing that was key, and this was an interesting thing. Do they have defensive stats at all? Okay, because I was about to say,
down, my friend. Keep on going down.
Lovely, because Mohamed Elshel had done very, very well for not the Alouettes. Oh, I caught myself there. The Carabin, with total 7.5 sacks, because they separate solo and kind of gain tackles, which I love. The CFL should really do that. This is like I love how. Oh my God, this is great. They actually go so far in depth with these stats. He also got that really hard hit on, was it the running back for Saskatchewan?
I just remember you saying Rick.
I think it was Riker Frank who just got absolutely trucked by him. Like, it was like, I saw that hit and I was like,
oh yeah, it was Riker Frank.
It was Riker Frank who who had done okay. He had 17 rushes for 61 yards. He had gotten himself a touchdown. Jake Farrell on Saskatchewan. He goes 20 for 31, 223 passing yards. It's those two interceptions that are going to burn him here, especially that first one. And I will say, a little bit lucky. He nearly had three in the sense of that you could actually make the argument that there was a third one. However, they ruled that the defender was out of bounds. And again, I don't know the kind of the U Sports policy regarding video review, but the cameras.
No, I think they do have challenges. I think they have one challenge, I think.
Okay, because I was about to say, based on what I saw, it looked like he put his foot in bounds before he goes out, but they got the next play going. There was not enough time for any challenge or anything like that. So gets a little bit lucky there. But this is just a very, very good game for the Carabin. And then I do have to give credit where credit's due. Lucas Scott kicking for Saskatchewan. He was their kicker and their punter. He went 2 for 2 on field goals, with his longest being a 32-yarder. He hit the extra point. He had done very, very well. And as well, he had also gotten a single. He got in a rouge so he had contributed 8 points. Philippe Boyer went 2 for 3. His longest was a 24-yarder. He was 3 for 3 on the extra point. He had gotten 3 singles on the night for 12 points over there. Again, both teams, their kickers were also their punters. And actually, Boyer averaged more yards there, as he had gotten 325 yards in his punting, as opposed to Lucas Scott's 232. So, good job for all of them. Caden Miller had had the stronger kickoff returns of the Saskatchewan Huskies, as he had 3 returns for 78 yards total. He averaged 26, with his longest being a 28. So just a very consistent presence there. So yeah, overall, pretty good job in that regard. And then Lucas Scheck had gotten the most tackles for Saskatchewan, as he had 8 total. And then if I'm looking here, and then there are 2 sacks for Seth Hundaby as for Saskatchewan. And then for the Montreal Carabin, there was 1 sack for 5 yards, Benjamin McDougall. I love how they put the yards right next to the sacks. That's awesome. This U Sports, you know how to do your website. Show CFL how it's done. Bradley Neska had 1 sack for 3 yards, and then a really good sack for, Mukendi Jonathan Mutombo. So I probably butchered that name. My apologies. So 1 sack for him for 9 yards. And then the interceptions, Louis Philippe Gauthier, Harold Majan, I believe. Oh boy, I'm screwing these names up so bad. Rick's like for once it's not me screwing these names up. Rick, we got you back? I just noticed as I was looking through stats that your thing went away on my screen. Okay, it just went away on my screen. I got it back, but you've been here the whole time, so that's good.
I've been able to hear you the whole entire time.
Okay, I haven't been able to hear you, so I hope we didn't miss anything key.
No.
I don't know, like from our stream of this game, what did you think? What was kind of your takeaways? Kind of a fresh fan being dropped into the world of U Sports.
What I'm actually looking forward to,
I thought it was a very good game,
is Enrique James Leclerc. I'm waiting for his draft year.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be like one of those receivers where like you can do sweeps, screen passes.
And this is for who, sorry? James Leclerc?
Yeah, number 1 for Montreal.
He looked very good. I thought he was.
He's going to be like one of those players that you can use him in like everything.
Well, and I think Pepe Gonzalez is now on everyone's radar. You know what I mean? From going from a from a rookie to winning the Vanier Cup, and so just a fantastic effort by him. I thought Matthew Barcelou looked very, very good as a short yardage quarterback. I thought that consistently he got that. And then I don't know the name.
Funny thing is, He's not. He's not even there. He's not even a quarterback. He's a
Oh,
fullback.
oh, he's a running back. Okay, yeah. You know what? I will say I'm a fan of teams that try doing that. I'm not gonna lie. There are times where I'm like, why don't we just throw Brady Oliveira at short yardage? What, you don't think
Yeah,
he can take a
no.
snap under center?
I noticed that last week when they were
Oh.
playing St. Mary's that they used him on like every short yardage possible. Like
Build a
even like
website
those
you
like
love.
1 yard scrambles from like the one for the touchdown. The guy had 4 touchdowns last week.
Yeah. Apologies to anyone who probably just heard a slight piece of an ad, because I'm looking through the footage right now of the game, because what I was trying to find was near the start of the game. They give the front five, because I wanted to talk about the offensive line for Montreal.
Oh yeah. It's usually within like the first few seconds.
Yeah, no, it's pretty early on. Where is it here? Yeah, I'm trying to figure
See,
it
that's
out
what I
here.
like. That's what I like about them is like they put the graphics up on the board or screen, whatever the heck you want to call it.
Yep.
So like if you're starting to follow a league and you don't know who people are,
Yeah, no, this
at
is this
least
is kind of important, because I remember even in some chat rooms, whatnot, a lot of people talking about that offensive line for Montreal. Why is it that I can find everything except the O line? I can see. Let's see here. Um,
CBC Sports,
yeah, I'm looking on their feed of the game, and I see
Vanier Cup.
starting O line for the other team, linebackers, secondary. Can find everything except what I'm looking for. Starting offensive line. Okay, there we go.
So you found it?
Yes.
Finally?
So they had and I know the one that they were talking about. I can't remember which one it was. Because I see they have going from left tackle to right tackle, they had John Darius, Nenzo. And I'm apologizing now. I am butchering some names. This is not intentional. I will try my best to pronounce them. I'm going to pronounce them wrong. Alassane Doof. Doof. Oh boy. Paul Nobo, Benjamin Demores, and Matisse Saint Germain. And so I can't remember which one it was, but anyways, as a unit, I thought they played very well. I thought that they actually were one big reason why Pepe Gonzalez was able to kind of produce the way that he could, was because of that blocking in front of him. And the other thing about them is the way that they were blocking, their downfield blocking was on the rush, I thought was a big contributor to that running game. I also thought that their screenplays work well. Those screenplays work well when you have a disciplined offensive line that is being able to shed those D tackles, that defensive line, and move up to your linebackers and really block down the field and get some protection as you're moving the ball down. And so, just a great job. Great job by the O-line for the Vanier Cup champions. One key moment of the game I would like to bring up, and this is Saskatchewan fans were all over this in the CFL Reddit and everywhere I looked. That was totally an illegal forward pass. That was an illegal forward pass. Now, would it have changed the outcome of the game? No.
Probably
No, it would not have. No, it would not have. They lost by 2 touchdowns. There's no way that one play miraculously starts a chain of events that gets them the win. It does not. However, I will say, yeah, that was an illegal forward pass. He was way past the line of scrimmage by at least 2 or 3 yards before he tosses that down. So, understandable outrage there for Saskatchewan fans. Is there anything else that you kind of wanted to get in with this, besides this kind of being a fun game that, as someone who has not really watched a full U Sports game before, I really, really enjoyed it. Definitely want to check out some more. I think I would like to go to maybe a Bison's game or two, maybe next year. So, what do you?
Really.
Not really. You think we got it all? Fair enough.
I think we
So
got it
thank you
all.
guys so much for tuning into this video. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video, subscribe if you have not already, and yeah. And before you get going, make sure you guys join our Discord. Link in the description below to our Discord where we chat CFL, NHL, all sorts of stuff, even some youth sports now. There's a channel to chat all that stuff in. Make sure you join the Discord. Make sure you make all channels visible so that way you can communicate in every aspect of it. I'm in there all the time. Rick's in there as well. And whenever it's CFL season, all the depth charts are in there. 3 Down Nations articles. We do predictions, pick'ems. Someone talked about the idea of maybe doing a fantasy in there. We'll see. That is a potential thing. We'll have to figure that out. But would appreciate you guys to join that up. So thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. And yeah, peace, love, and positivity. All you wonderful people at home. We will see you guys next time.